Hello guys, this is Kirill, your Belarusian Just ESC analyst. And today I'm back with the reaction and analysis of the Armenian entry for Eurovision 2024. Armenia has internally selected a very interesting, slightly multicultural duo called Ladaniva. And it consists of the Armenian-born Jacqueline Bagdasaryan. She was born in Armenia and grew up actually in Minsk, so in the same place where I grew up. And then she moved at the age of 17 to France together with her mom, and since then she lives there. And the second part of this duo is Louis Thomas. He's French, he's born in Lille, and Lille is actually the city where both of these talented musicians met and decided to create this fantastic duo. So it is very interesting that this kind of more French duo will represent Armenia in the contest, but I have heard that they brought some really, really nice Armenian traditional music elements in their song with them for Eurovision. So I am very, very much looking forward to hear that. And actually, for those of you who doesn't know, Ladaniva is a sort of a very popular SUV car from Soviet Union era. It is still used in many, many countries as just a kind of Land Cruiser because it is really very good for almost any kind of terrain. So it's very funny that they chose this kind of title for their duo. But let's just listen to their song called Jako, I believe, and see how well they can do in Eurovision. I have heard that the title of the song, Jako, I'm not sure, that this is a sort of short version of the name of the lead singer of this Armenian lady. So yeah, I'm curious to hear how it sounds like, why she decided to name it after her. Will it tell her personal story or whatever? I would expect that this is probably something fun based on some of the photos which I have seen from their music video, but I have definitely no idea what to expect. I already wanted to say that this beginning with some strings, it really sounded like something what could be also traditional Belarusian from my country. But then when the trumpet came to this, definitely not. Maybe even already some Balkan vibes. Let's see. Oh wow, what a beginning. It's already getting so captivating and so entertaining from the very beginning. So I think all the watchers of this performance from the other side of the screen, they would just definitely jump to their screen and think, oh my God, what's coming here now? So the song is presumably titled Jako, because this is what those backing vocalists were saying. I think it is also super nice that the song is in Armenian. We hardly hear this language in the contest, even though it's one of the most unique languages, which we can hear in the European area. Among the Georgian one, for example, they don't really belong to all this Germanic, Slavic group of languages or Turkish ones. They're really like big standalones. So I'm always really appreciating when we hear these languages in the contest. I think last time we have heard Armenia singing in Armenia, it was song Kami by Sevak. But unfortunately, he didn't make it to the final. But from what I have heard so far, Ladaniva will not have this kind of problem. This instrumental with this trumpet, it really reminds me of some of the best Balkan or Moldovan entries which we had in Eurovision, which did super well with the televoting in the contest, for example, Zdób się Zdób just 2 years ago. believe they have finished back then second or third in the televote in the final. So Armenia is really targeting the stars in this case. This lady is so full of charisma. She is, so engaging. When you watch her singing, you really believe every word she says, even though we don't understand anything. I think she's a great performer, and I can't wait to see her on the Eurovision stage. It is also so cool how they did this music video showcasing us like, typical Armenian village, how the houses look inside there, what kind of fruits you can get there, all this grannies there giving you some foods and so on. It is really nice vibe, and it shows us the Armenian culture. It gets us interested in exploring more about Armenia, maybe visiting this country. So I think this is what Eurovision entry should be like. She was really petting this rooster there. Oh my god, this video is just crazy. This oppa, it was really for me like a big reference to the Greek entry from Eurovision 2010. So is it a coincidence, or we have here some Eurovision fans taking part for Armenia this year? Wow, what kind of beautiful vocals she's showing also here. So now we got like a jury note, because everything before that was really like purely for the televoters to get them engaged, to make them vote for them. And this note now has shown to the juries, by the way, we can also sing very well. So maybe you should consider putting us in your tops much higher. The song is so entertaining, and by the way, I didn't say, but I also really loved that part where they were doing sort of sing-along, singing something, and then the audience, but in this case, okay, audience in this village, but I hope on the Eurovision stage as well, the audience will just respond to them with the same words. This is always very effective, it's still a live show, even if it's mostly watched on the TV, and I think the people who are watching it from the other side of the screen, from everywhere around the world, they always love this feeling of engagement of the crowd, what, for example, Alexander Rybak has also used in his last attempt at Eurovision. Say all day long. That's how you write a song. It just adds more life to the song, and I think it is a very clever choice from Ladaniva. And that's it, just 2 minutes 30. It's really such a short song, but it was so full of this energetic power. It was so radiating from her, and it was so engaging. So I think no one watching Eurovision will really forget this performance, or will not feel interested in looking at it. What a fantastic Eurovision entry from Armenia. I think this is a very clever choice. I'm pretty sure, based on what we have seen in this music video, that both of these guys from France, they are really huge fans of Eurovision, because otherwise, how could some more or less random Armenian-French duo from France would end up representing Armenia in Eurovision with such a well-structured song, with something what we already know from the beginning will be rated super high by the televoters, with the special jury note, with the opera reference. So I really feel like they are huge Eurovision fans and they have definitely deserved to be in the contest, and they are really fighting for some very high places in the contest. The last time I remember Armenia sending something like this kind of very traditional bop, it was in 2009, Yan Yan by Inga and Anush. And if we take a look at the lyrics of Jaco, well, there are not many. Actually, the song is not really telling us any story. It's just saying, okay, Jaco was a sort of crazy girl who didn't want to, be calm, maybe do, I don't know, homework or cook, get married, whatever. She just wanted to dance. She wanted to have fun. She wanted to feel free. And she's engaging the audience to dance with her, have fun with her. I think it's a perfect message for this kind of song. And that's basically what comes through the song without even understanding those lyrics. And let's take a look how well the televoters generally tend to vote for Armenia in the Eurovision semifinals. So as you can see, Armenia ranks from the last 15 years 4th from all the 30 countries who are competing in the semifinals this year. So it puts them also on place 3 in their semifinal where they are taking part. It is a very high result. Of course, it is also because of the Armenian results from beginning of their participation, like 2nd place in 2008 or 5th place in 2009. But as you can see, they constantly had very high results. They had just, short periods where it was not going so well, like 2018, 2019 or 2013. But in general, they're the country which is always ranked very high by the televoters, and they're never dropping apart from those 3 years, lower than the place 7. So this year, I'm definitely seeing them in the top 3 of their semifinal. But if we take a look at what the bookmakers think about this, I am a bit surprised to see that Armenia is only on place 19. I'm pretty sure bookmakers are really sleeping on this one, and in the final it will be much higher than they're currently putting it on. But we will see that. So far they're above Iceland, Estonia, Slovenia and Azerbaijan, but they're below Serbia, Georgia, Ireland and Finland. Yeah, I think if someone wants to win some good money, just bet on Armenia finishing in top 10. I think this is at this moment of time pretty much safe. And what about the Eurovision Scoreboard app? So the fans rank Armenia currently 21st, so below Estonia, Cyprus, Georgia, and above Ireland, Denmark, Luxembourg. So we see that the bookmakers tend to respond to how the Eurovision fans are ranking the song. But we all know that if we think about those entries like Moldova in some of the previous years and so on, these were the entries which shockingly were getting a lot of the televote, even though many people could have expected that. Simply because this is not a typical entry which Eurovision fandom would appreciate. I think Eurovision fandom typically chooses more radio-friendly songs or maybe a bit more, very special songs and so on, but not something just like party mood, easily accessible. But I think Armenia has found this year a perfect formula, not for Eurovision fans, but for most of the audience who will watch Eurovision. And talking about their potential staging concept, so I have already shown you a bit of that performance of Can Can, so Armenia 2009. I don't think that they should necessarily go for that kind of vibe. I think using some national costumes is a must in this song, but they should definitely go for this more light colors, more summery colors. I think how they basically did in their music video, I think it was a perfect fit, and they should do something similar at Eurovision stage. Just look at some old Moldovan performances from Eurovision or Balkan ones like Serbian, and you have your recipe for success. So Armenia was unfortunately drawn first half of the more complicated second semifinal this year, but based on the already revealed running order, they will perform with the spot number 8. So the producers know that this song is really one of the main contenders in the semifinal, so they give them also the last possible spot, which I think is maybe not a very good news for example, Denmark, who's performing before them, because I think that after Armenia, people will kind of forget the songs which came before that, even though Denmark and Austria, who comes even before Denmark, they both have quite memorable songs and probably stagings. But I think Armenia is something what will really eat up all the televotes this year. But do you share my opinion, or do you think that actually I'm overrating Armenia a lot? Please let me know down below in the comments. I'm really curious to hear. It's just my, however, just opinion about this entry. It's not really influenced so much by what I think about the song, because I have already said it's not really from my personal playlist. So looking forward to hear from you, and see you in the next video.